Billions of miles from Earth with no backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're still away. The adults are talking.
Remember that epic train scene in Loki where the god of mischief goes on a boozy bender? Well, get this. Tom Hiddleston actually improvised a hilarious reference to his brother, Thor, in that scene.
Another!
This line wasn't in the script, but it's a clear callback to a similar scene in the 2011 Thor movie, where Thor enjoys a coffee and throws the mug down, saying,
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
In the movie No Way Home, after the three heroes plan to defeat the villains, and before they embark on their final mission, there's a really emotional moment ad-libbed by Andrew's Spider-Man.
All right, let's do this. Ready? Wait. I love you guys.
Maguire and Holland seem surprised by the heartfelt line that wasn't in the script, making the scene extra special.
Thank you.
Fans love this part, and it's a standout moment for Garfield's performance.
I love you guys. Thank you.
In the movie Captain Marvel, after the dead Skrull lies on the exam table, Fury lifts the white sheet covering the lower half of his body and takes a peek at what the naked alien looks like. According to reports, the moment was all Jackson. In Deadpool, as Wade Wilson reveals his disfigured face, Weasel lets loose a series of insults, most of which were improvised by the character himself.
You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado. Yeah.
It may be hard to believe, but there were even more insults that were actually considered too offensive for the final cut of the film.
Look like Shrek took a shit on your neck. God, you look like a house fire was in another house fire.
Black Widow isn't just action-packed, it's got laughs too. Remember Yelena playfully mocking Natasha's pose? That wasn't scripted.
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair, and you do like a fighting pose.
While searching for her own signature move, Yelena realized superhero landings are impractical. So, like a true little sister, she jokingly poked fun at Natasha on set.
You're a total poser.
You're a poser.
Oh, come on. I mean, they're great poses, but it does look like you think everyone's looking at you, like, all the time.
This playful improvisation became a hilarious running gag throughout the movie.
Such a poser.
Remember the funny scene in No Way Home where MJ throws something at Andrew Garfield? It was an on-spot improvisation.
Why'd you do that?
Originally, she was supposed to throw a candlestick but chose bread instead.
You know, it kind of defeats the whole anonymous superhero thing. Why'd you do that?
In the first Doctor Strange movie, Strange playfully teases Wong for having only one name and throws out jokes about famous one-named musicians, all of which weren't part of the actual script.
Just Wong? Like Adele? Or Aristotle?
The teasing doesn't stop there, as he continues with some funny remarks he came up with on the spot.
Try me, Beyonce. Heard of her. She's a huge star, right? Do you ever laugh?
In Thor, after Odin strips Thor of his powers, Loki tries to reason with him, but Odin isn't having it. He lets out a ferocious growl that shuts Loki right up.
Father.
Turns out the growl was not part of the script and even caught Loki off guard, as evident by his reaction.
Father.
Remember Loki's awesome knife flip in Thor Ragnarok? Believe it or not, that wasn't in the script. The fight ended earlier than expected, leaving Loki just standing there. Not wanting to look awkward, he whipped out an improvised knife flip on the spot, even catching the blade. The scene in Black Panther where M'Baku leads the Jabari men in grunting at Everett Ross for speaking out of turn was entirely Winston Duke's idea. In Iron Man, the scene where Tony Stark reveals his identity was improvised during filming.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Originally, the scene had a more traditional closing, but actor Robert Downey Jr. suggested the iconic line, which significantly impacted the Marvel Cinematic Universe, providing a memorable and unscripted moment.
I am Iron Man.
Thor, the dark world might be dark and serious, but that doesn't mean there's no room for humor. Chris Hemsworth, playing Thor, improvised a hilarious moment. Confused about where to put his hammer in an apartment, he randomly hung it on a coat rack. This unscripted joke cracked up the cast and crew, and luckily, it made the final cut. Without doubt, one of Tom's standout moments in the MCU was the heartbreaking disappearing scene in Infinity War.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go.
Those words came about as a result of the technique Tom uses to cry on cue when he's acting, which involves him repeating the same phrase to himself in his head. And interestingly, when he spoke it aloud, it had an equally powerful effect.
I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
This comedic duo has had a shit ton of comedic moments in the film, and it's safe to say that many of them were improvised. In the 5th episode, the scene where Haley throws a bottle of hot sauce when she was surprised by Florence's presence in her home was improvised by the duo.
Hi.
The humor continues when Florence, upon discovering Haley's dislike for hot sauce, playfully adds it to the mac and cheese.
Oh, I love hot sauce. Yes.
When Tony Stark and Doctor Strange were arguing after disposing of Ebony Maw, Peter Parker tried to chime in, but was quickly shut down.
Billions of miles from Earth with no backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're a stowaway. The adults are talking.
It was something Tony Stark would say, but surprisingly, it wasn't a part of the script, and Downey himself felt the need to add it in the scene, which convinces us how dearly he embodied the character of Stark.
Billions of miles from Earth with no backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're a stowaway. The adults are talking.
In a hilarious moment in Avengers Infinity War, Star-Lord demands Tony to tell him about Gamora when Tony has no idea about the character.
Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
Drax, with his comedic quip, improvises the dramatic tension to what could possibly be one of the funniest moments of the movie.
You one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
In Spider-Man No Way Home, there's a moment where Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suggests recreating the iconic Spider-Man pointing meme with all 3 Peter Parker variants.
Peter! Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did you mean that? Or Peter Parker? Same. We're all Peter. Well, again, we're all Peter Parker.
In the first Deadpool movie, Ryan Reynolds is captured by Ajax, who then leaves him with his henchwoman.
You're gonna leave me all alone here with ChristianMingle.com? You're gonna leave me all alone here with Kevin Sorbo? You're gonna leave me here all alone with Nikki Sixx?
15 names were shot, and the take that ended up in the movie was,
You're gonna leave me all alone here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
when Carano heard the line, she was so offended that she punched Reynolds in the face for real.
You're gonna leave me all alone here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
Did you love the connection between Makkari and Druig in Eternals? Believe it or not, that romance wasn't originally in the script. The director saw something special when the actors improvised together and decided to let their chemistry shine. Thanks to improv, we got a surprising and delightful romance.